we've talked about construction and restaurants and bars and what have you, but it's not just restaurants and bars and hospitality that you do. I believe you work in the sort of health and community space.
Yeah, yeah. As I've said before, sort of 80% of our work historically has been restaurants and bars, but the other 20% is quite a mix, and it changes year on year. Um, we've worked in the sort of health community space in terms of St Joseph's Hospice, as an example, up in Hackney.
Okay.
About 5 years ago, there we were recommended based on our management implementation sort of role to come in and head up effectively refurbishment of it was 12 rooms, 16 beds ward for the hospice. With that, we provided a quantity surveying and project management and CDM role. Following on from that, we, in our sort of B Corp type arena, if you like, before we was even B Corp registered, we during the COVID times helped them implement a new cafe, coffee bar into their reception area. From that, we provided services ex gratia. We organised trade contracts that we knew and had to do a much reduced rate, and then from that, if you like, our sort of giving back and building better and building more for the community, got them a new coffee shop concept opened up within their reception that others want to now copy. So it was quite good, and with that, we're back there working now on the next ward.
Fabulous. What does the next ward look like then? Is it similar to what you did previously, or is it a bigger job?
It's almost, when I say it's a repeat of what we did before, it's a similar footprint. It came from a similar footprint. There'll be the same challenges in terms of fire stopping and separation and air treatments and everything else. Although this time we are actually replacing the sort of historic approach to their air treatment and air handling, trying to put in new up-to-date sort of HVAC installations, and then from that will provide a even more clinical, if you like, filtered level of air in that building. And that's sort of master planning, also looking forwards for the other spaces in the building, for it to be then retrofitted, call it whatever you like, back into those spaces.
So how do you move from restaurants to bars to wards in a hospice?
Without being sort of a lot of the mechanisms and a lot of the actual processes that we go through are exactly the same.
Okay.
Irrespective of the end product. There's the process from sort of start to finish, that sort of sausage factory, if you like, pushing us through. That's a lot of that is repeat and very similar. So we've done cold rooms and things like that before within hospitals, within crematoria. That's the same as effectively a cold room within a restaurant. Not being crude or frank,
no,
but
I get it.
As an example, they need the same things. They need the electricity, they need the space, they need the air for the condensers and everything else that goes with it. They are a very similar product.
So you've got a solid systems and processes, procedure, document, blueprint, if you will, which you can roll out pretty much into anything then.
We can apply our processes, and we understand. We've been in the industry a number of years. We understand the processes of trying to take it from start to finish. What I'd say is, if we're not heroes in any great spec, because we try and control the inputs to start with in what you're doing, so that you don't end up with crisis management. We're trying to flatten all of that through, so we don't have to be a hero at the end coming through. It's just that we've flattened off everything, and we've got everything in hand as it goes through. So the best project for us is that you don't understand exactly what we've done. If you don't understand what we've done and it's gone that well, brilliant.
So, question, okay, so moving into a hospice, and obviously the challenges that people face and reason they have to go into a hospice, how does that make you feel having an impact in that industry?
through our B Corp and everything else, which is a demonstration of what our ethos is as a company. We want to build better for our community. We want to help our community, business for better, not just for profit. And that's one of the sides that we can help sort of demonstrate that coming through. If I can get a ward sister or the staff on the actual ward saying, "Oh, what a great improvement! What an improvement in their lives it will be, and then in their ability to provide the care for their clientele, customers, call it what you like." That's got to be a little warmer for us.
Absolutely. And that's not the only thing you do. You plant trees and everything, don't you, with all of your jobs?
Yeah, at the end of jobs, we've got a promise that we'll plant 500 trees over the next few years, and with that we put 5 trees in per job as we go through, as a little nod to helping our environment.
So with that in mind, what would you suggest to people who are, we want to be a business for good, we're considering being B Corp, we want to work with more, we want to be a more purpose-led business. What's the first thing you would say to any business owner out there who'd be like, do you know what? Yeah, I really resonate with what Julian says.
Okay, what I would say is please email me as a first course. And I got a lot of help and contacts with people that helped me in getting certified and recognised as B Corp. I'd be quite happy to share those. I'd be quite happy to give my experience of how we went about it and the paperwork and the process and the system that's there. And also it's about maintaining ourselves as B Corp registered as well. Yeah. So I'd be happy to sort of share some of the stuff that we do there as well.
So what's next?
My email is julian@jca-ltd.co.uk. Should be at the bottom of the screen as well. And yeah, please just email me in the first instance, and then we can strike up a conversation, whether that's through the email or even by phone.
So what's the next step now for Julian Church and Associates with regards to more of the health and the well-being and the community projects?
Okay, in terms of what people would perceive as pure healthcare, we're working on St Joseph's again, second ward there. We're looking at a project down in near St Leonard's for a hospice down there. That could be, it's a small project at the moment, that could be a large project that comes through, but we're still working through those areas, and would be delighted to help anyone else that wants to contact us on that email. More than happy to have a conversation. It doesn't cost you anything to give me a call or an email.
Awesome. Julian, it's been an absolute pleasure again, and I'm really, really excited to see all the stuff you're doing in the healthcare sector.
Thank you very much.